The $5.2 million expansion from ARPA funds and granting of unserved municipalities broadband opportunities, or GUMBO, will enhance services for nearly 3,000 homes in the area. How is the Wi-Fi?
It's not the greatest. Sometimes when I get home to get on Netflix, it doesn't work out.
Morgan Daring lives in the Koto area. She says Wi-Fi is a necessity today, and being able to use Wi-Fi without issue is essential.
Everybody struggles with bad Wi-Fi. Technology is expanding and growing every day, so everybody should have the chance to experience good Wi-Fi. If it's just small cities that are having problems, then I think everybody should be able to have it.
According to parish officials, the new fiber plan will be more reliable. It will be installed into the ground, making it storm-proof. Cajun Broadband will expand in the Koto area, while Southern Link will expand in the Lauraville and Jeanerette area.
This is going to be really quick, up to 10,000 megabytes per second. So this is something that we do not have on a consistent basis in Iberia Parish, and we're trying to get that everywhere in our parish.
Representatives from Cajun Broadband says the expansion will give businesses and homes a faster and more reliable form of internet.
With fiber to the home, connected directly to the house, it gives everyone the opportunity to apply for jobs that are out of state, work from home with these big oil field companies, or their purchasing departments, their accounts receivable, are all work from home opportunities for everyone in Iberia Parish now that could apply for that type of position.
Cajun Broadband customers will also be able to apply for the American Connect program, which could take $30 off their bill if eligible. Construction will begin in October and could take 3 to 6 months to complete. In the studio, Trey Francis, KATC TV3.
Here's Bradley's 24-hour forecast.
Well, temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s across Acadiana at the top of the hour. So we are mild and muggy, and that's pretty much how it's going to go through the night ahead. Now, pretty typical first day of August, hot and humid with scattered showers and storms, but the best coverage of rainfall today actually setting up more so over towards southeastern Louisiana. And we'll probably see a pretty similar setup as we head into tomorrow. Power Doppler 3, pretty quiet. So again, no major issues overnight tonight. Temperatures for all of us eventually falling into the mid and upper 70s. That's where we'll start the day tomorrow. A few isolated showers through tomorrow morning, especially along the coastal regions. And then like today, a scattering of showers, few storms into the afternoon. Not everyone gets wet, but we'll hold rain chances at around 40 to 50%. And again, slightly better coverage off towards southeastern Louisiana. So your temperatures hour by hour, eventually we'll all be in the 70s and hovering in the mid 70s. That's where we'll start tomorrow. Upper 80s to lower 90s tomorrow afternoon with your rain chances at around 40 to 50%. And it looks like rain chances will increase and kind of get enhanced as we head into the middle and latter parts of the week. We'll talk a little bit more about that, talk some rainfall totals, plus our Monday night tropical outlook coming up in just a bit.
Headlines, parish by parish. We start in Jeff Davis tonight, where there are changes for city employees in Jennings who want to take home city vehicles. That includes police officers. Under a new policy, employees will have to show proof of insurance for their personal vehicles for the privilege of taking home a work vehicle. In a citywide memo, the mayor cites an increase in off-duty crashes. In Lafayette Parish, a man is facing charges in connection with a deadly shooting. It happened last night on East 4th Street in Broussard. Police say the victim was found dead in the home, and there was a brief standoff with the suspect. The suspect, Edward Lee, was taken into custody. He is facing a second-degree murder charge.
A heads up for those of you who take North University Avenue. There will be alternating lane closures until Friday from 8 until 5 each day between Cameron Street and Alcide Domingue Drive. The closure is so crews can collect soil samples at 21 locations along University Avenue. The work is part of the University Avenue Corridor project. Well, all of your thoughts and comments are in on the Bicycle Lafayette plan. Tonight was the last public comment session. The plan includes 40 miles of proposed bikeways, as well as almost 9 miles, a route which connects 17 neighborhoods and 11 city assets, including downtown, UL, and SLCC.
So yeah, we can ride through our neighborhoods, but how can we get around on a bicycle safely on our major roadways? Let's get the cyclists off the roadway or get them fully protected so they can feel confident and comfortable of using our our bikeway and transportation network.
School systems across Acadiana are starting to release the schools that qualify for free lunch under the Community Eligibility Provision Program. Students at qualified schools will be eligible to eat breakfast and lunch at school next year free of charge. Free lunch applications are still available for schools that don't qualify. You can log on to your school board's website to see if your school qualifies.
New Orleans rapper Mystical is facing sexual assault charges again. Mystical, whose real name is Michael Tyler, was arrested over the weekend on first-degree rape, robbery, and other charges. This is Tyler's third time being arrested on sexual assault. Well, moving to national news now, legislation banning semi-automatic guns is now headed to the Senate after passing in the House. The high-powered firearms are widely blamed as the weapon of choice in the most devastating mass shootings. A previous ban lasted from 1994 to 2004. The ban will likely stall in the Senate. Al-Qaeda's leader is now dead after being killed in a drone strike. In a speech today, President Biden said he, quote, authorized a precision that would remove him from the battlefield once and for all. Here's Morgan Norwood with the latest.
From the Blue Room balcony, President Joe Biden announcing the takedown of one of the world's most wanted terrorists.
On Saturday, at my direction, the United States successfully concluded an airstrike in Kabul, Afghanistan, that killed the emir of al-Qaeda, Ayman al-Zawahiri.
Ayman al-Zawahiri had been hiding for more than 20 years, even after the U.S. pulled out of Afghanistan. A senior administration official says the U.S. killed him in a drone strike in Kabul over the weekend. The strike happened in a wealthy area within walking distance from the U.S. Embassy. The official saying they'd been monitoring his safe house for months.
This mission was carefully planned, rigorously minimized the risk of harm to other civilians. And 1 week ago, after being advised that the conditions were optimal, I gave the final approval to go get him. And the mission was a success.
Zawahiri was Osama bin Laden's number 2 and a key strategist behind al-Qaeda's most vicious attacks against America. The assault on American soldiers in Somalia in 1993, the bombing of the U.S. embassies in Kenya, and the suicide bombing on the USS Cole in Yemen. And on September 11, 2001, the plot that destroyed the World Trade Center, left devastation at the Pentagon, and claimed nearly 3,000 lives.
Now, justice has been delivered, and this terrorist leader is no more. People around the world no longer need to fear the vicious and determined killer.
There were no civilian casualties in the mission, calling it a successful counterterrorism operation. Zawahiri known for not just the horrific terrorism plots, but also these videos, recruiting and calling on others to join. President Biden with a strong message and a warning to the others.
No matter how long it takes, no matter where you hide, if you are a threat to our people, the United States will find you and take you out.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And still ahead tonight, another city has declared a state of emergency because of monkeypox. We'll tell you about that and the efforts to vaccinate coming up in a little bit. Bradley.
And weather-wise, scattered downpours remaining in the mix just about each and every day over the next 7 to 10 days. We'll talk the numbers, plus the complete True View forecast coming up after the break.
From the KATC Weather Lab, here's Bradley's forecast.
All right, first day of August, certainly living up to it. Temperatures climbing into the lower 90s this afternoon with a scattering of showers and storms, and pretty much that's the way it's going to go for the rest of the week ahead. So here's the upper level setup, and essentially what we're watching are the smaller disturbances aloft, kind of working from the east very slowly from the east to the west. And again, as that traverses the area, it's helping to enhance our rain chances. Now today, a little bit more upper level support over towards southeastern Louisiana, and thus that's where we saw rain coverage, the greatest rain coverage, and that's probably what we'll see once again tomorrow. And eventually we'll see some of that energy start to sneak a little bit further to the west as we head into the middle and latter parts of the week, and that'll help to give us here in Acadiana a slight bump in our rain chances. But overall, scattered downpours in the mix over the next several days and into the weekend as well. Power Doppler 3, relatively quiet, a few sprinkles across the basin off towards Baton Rouge, but that's about it. So no real issues overnight tonight. Temperatures dropping into the mid and upper 70s. That's where we'll start the day tomorrow. Likely a few isolated showers through tomorrow tomorrow morning, mostly along the coastal regions, and then like today, more scattered in nature as we head into the afternoon. But with that being said, like today, not everyone necessarily getting wet, but we'll hold rain chances at around 40 to 50%. And any activity that does develop will look to come to an end tomorrow evening. And then here we go. Wednesday starts out mid to upper 70s. And then notice a slightly better coverage of showers and storms as we head into Wednesday, more so here in Acadiana. So bumping rain chances up to around 60%. And of course, any one particular storm that gets going this time of year will have the capability to put down some brief heavy downpours, so be on the lookout for that. Now, graph model rainfall totals or rainfall estimates over the next 48 hours or so, showing highest rainfall setting up more so just off to our east or just clipping the eastern portions of Acadiana, an inch or two, definitely possible, and locally higher amounts, of course, as well. And then on the other side, other spots maybe not picking up quite as much, but nonetheless, just that type of pattern where we have scattered downpours in the mix just about each and every day. Meanwhile, in the tropics, again, still looking good, of course, as we get later on into August. We start to get closer to the peak of the hurricane season. The official peak date of the hurricane season, I believe, either September 10th or September 11th. So we still got a ways to go, but nonetheless, starting to enter the busier times out in the tropics. But at least as of now, all is quiet across the Atlantic basin. We're not expecting any new developments at least through the next 5 days. So certainly some good news there. Temperatures tonight, again, mid to upper 70s. That's where we'll start the day tomorrow. Upper 80s to lower 90s tomorrow afternoon. And we'll see those temperatures slowly dropping into the 70s tomorrow evening. Now, as far as rainfall coverage, got Lafayette, Opelousas, New Iberia plotted tomorrow. Again, isolated through tomorrow morning with highest rain chances in the morning across the coastal regions. Notice New Iberia here in blue. And then all of us seeing widely scattered to scattered activity as we head into tomorrow afternoon. So 75 the projected low tonight. Pretty quiet night ahead as fair skies are pretty much now in place. And then out there tomorrow for our Tuesday, hot, humid, and partly cloudy. We'll go 91 for that projected high with a scattering of showers and storms developing out there. Your rain chances at around 40 to 50%, up to 60% beginning on Wednesday. That's the way it looks to go through about Friday. And still, as we head into the upcoming weekend, pattern remaining somewhat unsettled, but really kind of typical August type pattern, hot and humid conditions with scattered showers and storms in the mix, guys.
Happy August.
That's right.
Here we are. Thank you, Bradley. And still to come on KATC, oil prices are declining, which means gas prices are as well. We'll see how much money you're saving at the pump when we come back. It appears the threat of potential monkeypox infection can pose varies to some extent by state. According to analysis from the Kaiser Family Foundation, 97% of the allocated vaccines have been requested by jurisdictions. But some areas are getting noticeably more than others. 10 states have requested 50% or less of their share. Researchers say some states have few to no cases and may not need as much as others right now. Georgia also held back on its request because of earlier storage concerns. The finding of the KFF study are based on data from all 50 states and 5 major cities.
President Biden is back in isolation after once again testing positive for COVID over the weekend. According to the White House, the president has a rebound case which can be experienced by those who are treated with Paxlovid, an antiviral pill used to fight COVID. The White House press secretary says the president, though, does not have any reoccurring symptoms.
Well, economic worries sent oil prices tumbling earlier today. U.S. crude dropped nearly 5% to just below $94 a barrel. Its lowest close since February 25th. Analysts blame the losses on soft global economic data in China and Europe, which signal weakening demand for energy. One oil analyst said markets are also skittish ahead of Wednesday's OPEC meeting. The group will debate whether to heed the White House's call to ramp up production. The good news is the prices at the pump continue to drop. According to AAA, the national average for regular gas slipped to $4.21 a gallon today, marking the 48th day in a row where gas prices declined. Experts predict they will continue to drop to about $4 a gallon by Labor Day. And still to come right here on KATC, tomorrow the Cajun Dome is undergoing a deep cleaning. But how will they get that done on a 165-story building? We find out after the break.
Welcome back. The Cajun Dome is 37 years old, and in that time it's been relatively hard to clean off the soot and grime that's on the roof.
That's right, but tomorrow that will all change. The dome is undergoing a deep cleaning, and as Scott Brasder reports, it's drones that will be doing the work.
The Cajun Dome, it's 165 feet high, built in 1985. Well, guess what? How do you clean the top of the Cajun Dome? In the year 2022, they use somebody like that, and they use somebody like this.